Paulie here on the Latino Slant. How you doing, everybody? Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, please. Please, especially you international people. Y'all don't want to get married yet, huh? We done the dance. Yeah. Put a ring on it. Right there. Okay. One of the things that I'm excited about is Diego Luna. I'm one of those rare people, I guess, that actually has been excited for Diego Luna's Andor. And a buddy of ours not only got to go see Rogue One in the IMAX, a re-release. I'll try to get there this week, but they have some Andor scenes before it, so I thought it'd be cool to invite him on, get a little insight, get some reaction from him for you guys. And then, of course, I want you guys to subscribe to Ro at Scarif's Scuttlebutt Podcast. Did I get it right?
Absolutely, sir. How you doing, Paulie?
Hey, I'm feeling good, bud. Just like you, having that coffee.
Yeah. Un cafecito en la mañana.
That's another stream. So, I'm a little envious of you, and I'm, happy for you. That's why I was like, hey.
Oh, let's go.
Come on the show, Vato.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you get to see? What's the whole deal? Like, you got your tickets early on, or you spread the news early
screen on an IMAX screen? There's like just so much there, so really like that. Getting back to Andor, we got 10 minutes, but it's not a true 10-minute preview. What it was is kind of like half and half. It was half like the making of interviews with Gilroy and Diego. And then the last half was an entire scene, and it was the scene that was released with Stellan Skarsgård and Andor.
Oh, the one we talked about, right?
Yeah. So it's that scene, except it's the entire scene. It's the extended scene, the entire conversation, and I got to tell you, although we've seen that scene before, the rest of it, it goes on it goes on a lot longer, obviously, because it's the entire scene. We get to see a taste of how serious the tone of the series is going to be. I mean, I just tweeted a couple of minutes ago, when you get an actor of the caliber of Stellan Skarsgård into a project, it really brings out the seriousness, the gravitas of the things that are happening within that universe. So I'm really excited. I know earlier you said that you might be the only person excited about Andor. In my circle, we are all excited about Andor.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point to make. In your circle, in a lot of circles, a lot of people are excited. I just get, just because with kind of work or whatever, it's like, the circles is just like they're not positive. But the bigger circles, absolutely, right? Your people are jacked.
My people are jacked. We have been saying that the Andor series is going to be the best Star Wars on the small screen. It's going to hit it out of the ballpark. Yeah. It's going to hit a home run. There's a lot there that will contribute to that. I mentioned the acting, the tone of the series. I think the fact that they are not using the volume technology says a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So this was filmed a few years ago, right? This season 1.
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe they had a different, obviously before COVID, they had different parameters. They probably had different budgets. It was they could go and build sets.
Yeah, well, one of the things that that the interview with Diego Luna and Tony Gilroy said at the very beginning was the story and the scenarios are so expansive that they couldn't confine it just to the small look that the old show or the other shows have. And that's one of my biggest problems when watching, the Kenobi series or Book of Boba Fett. Definitely looked like everything was just filmed like inside a stage. And I think it hurt the look of the show overall, besides the fact that I don't think it was written very well, et cetera, et cetera. That's a whole nother story. But the look of the shows are definitely going to be different. And the fact that Tony
Mhm.
Gilroy said that, the story really is bigger than any stage can accommodate.
It's
I
great.
it's great.
As it should be,
As
as
it
Star
should
Wars
be.
should be. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's one of the things that really gets me excited for the show, among other
Mhm.
things. Diego Luna is fantastic. I love the fact that we're going back to that era in Star Wars. The
Yeah.
Empire is at its height. They are
Mm.
subjugating, they are controlling the people. And for folks like us, brown people, I think it's going to have something to say about colonization and subjugation and migration and fighting back. So I think this is going to be really cool.
So, that scene with Skarsgård, and I agree with you. I and I trust that they're going to tell that part of it in a very organic way, that because it makes sense that the Empire are
Sure.
nasty colonizers trying to bring order to the galaxy. Um, but with Skarsgård and Luna, you know, they dropped a little bit of it, and Skarsgård was kind of just like amazed that Diego could get into where could get in, and he's like, "Well, they
Mhm.
don't notice people like me,"
Right.
you know. Did it go on with that?
Oh yeah,
Did
they
it?
they kept on going.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the scene, no spoilers, but later in the scene, there's a firefight after they
Mm.
talk, but it's going to be an interesting dynamic between the two characters. I think
With each
Scar
other, they
with each other.
firefight each
No, no,
other.
no, 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 no,
Nope.
no,
Oh,
not with each
okay.
other.
Okay.
I won't say who, but there is a
No,
firefight.
don't.
And but the
Mm-hmm.
the good thing is that I feel like that dynamic is going to be very interesting because Skarsgård's character knows Andor somehow, and he mentions his family, he mentions his father,
Ooh,
and
wow.
Andor's like, who are you? He's like nervous. He just wants his money. He just stole some Imperial artifact or an Imperial piece of equipment. He just wants his money. But Skarsgård is like, how are you doing this? Are you a spy or are you?
Mm.
I mean, what's going on? So I think the
Right.
the the relationship between these characters are going to be front and center, top notch. And you've got other characters that we know of, like Mon Mothma
Mm-hmm.
and Straw Gerrera. I think these are things that, for the longest time, is something that I have been waiting for in a Star Wars. I love the political machinations of that era of Star Wars. The Senate, you've
Hmm.
got the rebellion. I think
Yeah,
it's I
sure.
think it's fascinating.
Skarsgård. So he's not like a Han Solo, right? He, at that point, or is he a lot, or he, but on a lower level, so to
Maybe
speak.
on a lower level, because there's
Yeah.
one line where he says, do you want to continue doing this, or do you want to really make a
Mm.
difference?
So that's a solo theme. I love it. I
Yep,
love it, man. I love it
absolutely.
because there's so many people like that came into the rebellion from different aspects for
Sure.
different reasons. So
Right.
Guerrera, Mon Mothma, Bale. I mean, yeah, this is great, man. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know.
Looking forward to it.
I'm a nerd for Star Wars too.
Absolutely.
And one more question. So they have the fight, or they have a talk, then they have the fight. Do you think from seeing this, people on the fence uh or would be a little more excited to see it, or
Yeah,
what
that's
is your thoughts
interesting.
there?
People on the fence. I talked with a fan and they were telling me how even on StarWars.com there was no mention that they were re-releasing Rogue One. I know because I'm a nerd
Mm.
and I saw it on Twitter. We spend a lot of time on social media, so we see it,
Yeah,
it's there. But the general public,
yeah.
I don't think realizes that Rogue One is in the theater. Even some of the folks in my circle didn't know that it was coming out. They had to go and find
Hmm.
their local theater to see if tickets were available because it's not being released everywhere.
Right,
So
right.
as far as people on the fence, again, another missed opportunity. I think if people are not subscribed to Disney Plus, this definitely might wet their whistle and try to maybe have them change their mind because, it's Diego Luna. It's Rogue One. It's one of the more favored Disney Star Wars that has been produced since the acquisition of Lucasfilm by Disney. So, if
Cool.
you didn't, yeah, if you are on the fence, I think one, they should have made a bigger effort to try to tell people that this was being released. My theater, I went in the middle of the day, and it was during the week. So Friday. So it
Hmm.
wasn't. I think there was only like maybe 12 people in the entire theater.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
again,
not a lot.
the weekend, the weekend might change things. Obviously, once people get to know that that is out.
Hmm.
But yeah, absolutely. I think if you're on the fence, this might push you over.
I also see like in one of the LA IMAXs, it's playing during the week coming up. So
Okay, cool.
if you guys were just seeing this video like on a Sunday night or a Monday, after after the weekend, it's still in major cities, probably gonna run for the week.
Yeah, go
And
check it out.
a lot of people, are kind of unanimous in that it is their favorite Disney Star Wars film.
Yeah,
I mean, out of what was it, 5 feature films now?
yeah,
Um, so that is something, and I actually think it's smart for many reasons to do Andor.
yeah,
He was always interesting. He wanted more of him. I did, and yeah, that thing with going back to um, the thing with colonizing and trying to do order and the migration, man, that could be very interesting. That could be
sure.
very interesting,
Yeah,
because it's definitely there. We have our heroes in Star Wars already, so it's good to see who supported the heroes,
right.
you know,
Yeah,
because these guys laid the way for Luke.
sure.
But
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man.
it is pretty
Um,
cool.
Thank you so much, dude. Can you let people know about Scarif and when you guys are live weekly?
Absolutely. So we do a show live on YouTube called Scarif Live. Just look for the hashtag Scarif Live, and then go subscribe to us. We do a show every Saturday, whether we're talking, and we're going to be doing Andor breakdowns. And
Mm.
that first night that Andor drops is going to be 3 episodes. It's almost going to be like a movie. So that's going to be a long night.
Oh,
We
that's
are very
right.
excited. And
Wow.
we'd love to have you come on when one of the shows drops so we can kind of chit chat and talk live on YouTube. But yeah, we drop episodes every Thursday and on the audio side. So go look for us wherever you get your other
Mm.
favorite podcasts, Scarif Podcast, or obviously we are part of the Red 5 Network. You can check us out at red5network.com. We have all the information there. Over 30 content creators and,
Wow.
and tons of shenanigans.
Well, there you guys have it. You got some insight and some reaction from Ro and Scarab Scuttlebutt podcast. Thanks for the information, dude. Thanks for your time. I know you're just getting that cafecito going. So
Absolutely.
but I
Anytime, man. And like I said, Rogue One is a lot of people's favorites. I know, people are also on the fence, like, well, we already know what happens to this character. He dies in
mm,
Rogue One. Spoiler, but it's not about the destination, it's the journey. We want to see how he got to where he is, what kind of moments molded him as a character. And we all have these moments. Should I turn left or should I turn right? Should I go straight or should I look behind me? So I think those
yeah.
things are moments, character moments that mold us and define us. And I think Andor is going to be full of them. Absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, it's great to have you here, and I thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Talk to you guys later. And remember, that's the scuttlebutt.
Órale. And also, too, wherever you're at, guys, keep your slant fuerte. Paz. Thank you to all who have donated, who are gonna donate. Hit the super thanks and enjoy the video.